What do you get when a global pop icon trades her microphone for a spacesuit? Katy Perry just made history as the first celebrity to leave Earth behind, literally, and her journey is already redefining pop culture. On April 14, 2025, the world watched in awe as Katy Perry launched into space aboard Blue Origin's NS-31 mission. This wasn't a music video set or a PR stunt, it was real. Floating miles above the Earth's surface, Perry didn't just join the ranks of astronauts. She became a symbol of a new era, where art, fame, and science collide in orbit. Her journey wasn't just a personal milestone, it was a cultural flashpoint, one that raised eyebrows, turned heads, and inspired a new generation to literally aim for the stars. In this video, we're diving deep into the moment Katy Perry became the first global pop star in space. We'll explore how she trained for this mission, what happened up there, the crew she flew with, the controversy that followed, and what this all means for the future of celebrity and science. And trust us, it's a lot more dramatic than you think. The countdown happened at Blue Origin's launch site in West Texas. As millions tuned in, the New Shepard rocket, sleek, thunderous, and carrying an all-women crew, pierced the sky. But this wasn't just any crew. Alongside Katy Perry were 5 trailblazing women: journalist Gayle King, aerospace engineer Aisha Bowe, civil rights advocate Amanda Nguyen, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and Lauren Sanchez, the mission leader and pilot. As the rocket soared above the Kármán line, marking the official edge of space, Perry and her crewmates became part of a chapter in history no woman had touched since 1963, when Valentina Tereshkova made her solo journey into orbit. Perry's voice, usually commanding sold-out stadiums, was now heard over comms, marveling at the curvature of the Earth. "This is what limitless feels like," she said, floating weightless in zero gravity. And for a moment, pop culture and space culture became one. Before that 10-minute suborbital flight, there were months of rigorous preparation. Despite her glamorous image, Katy trained like a pro. From G-force simulations to emergency drills, she immersed herself in the process, determined to do it right. Not as a passenger, but as a pioneer. She documented her training behind the scenes, climbing into simulators, practicing microgravity movement, and handling mock scenarios. For her, this was more than a bucket list item. It was a message to her daughter and to millions watching, that women can wear heels and helmets, sing pop anthems, and soar past the stratosphere. Midway through the flight, Katy snapped a selfie while floating near the observation window. That image, broadcast across social media within seconds of touchdown, went viral instantly. But not everyone was cheering. Critics slammed it as a publicity stunt, claiming the trip was more spectacle than science. One fast food chain, Wendy's, even threw shade in a since-deleted tweet. "Pop princesses don't belong in rocket ships." The backlash was swift and loud, but Perry didn't back down. She responded in a post-launch interview saying, "I didn't go to space to prove myself to critics. I went so my daughter and other young girls could see the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning." The internet was divided. On one side, fans hailed her as a modern Amelia Earhart, a cultural icon who dared to do what few had. On the other, skeptics argued the flight was a vanity project, symbolizing the growing commercialization of space. But as debates raged, something undeniable happened. Interest in STEM among young girls spiked. Google searches for women in space careers soared. Even schools began using clips from the mission to spark classroom discussions. Katy Perry's adventure may have started in space, but it was landing in living rooms, classrooms, and newsrooms worldwide. What made this mission even more powerful was who Perry flew with. Each woman on board represented a different slice of humanity.
Get the attention you deserve with a custom neon sign. We offer handmade neon signs. Our process is simple. Visit our website, glonio.com, and click Custom Neon Builder for an on-demand experience. Start typing your custom text, choose a font, color, and size. We will handle the rest by handcrafting your LED neon. We also produce high-quality neons to match your business logo by completing the form on our Business Neons page.
Science, activism, journalism, and storytelling. And they shared a common message. Space is for everyone. Lauren Sanchez, the mission's commander, spoke after landing, saying, "This wasn't just a flight, it was a statement." And Perry echoed that sentiment in her post-flight press conference. Wearing a sparkling, space-themed suit that could have doubled as a Met Gala ensemble, we're showing the world what's possible when we dream big and lift each other up. The real impact of Katy Perry's flight came not in the minutes she spent floating in zero gravity, but in the cultural shockwaves that rippled across the globe in the weeks that followed. This wasn't just a celebrity headline, it was a cultural reset. Suddenly, the age-old question of who gets to go to space was being redefined in real time. Space was no longer an exclusive club reserved for astronauts in high-tech suits or billionaires racing to the edge of Earth. It had become something else entirely, a platform where science, art, and celebrity could orbit together. News outlets that typically didn't cover aerospace were now running features on orbital fashion, zero-gravity choreography, and celebrity training regimens for space. Editorials debated the philosophical meaning behind Perry's flight. Was this the democratization of the cosmos, or just another celebrity flex? Meanwhile, the entertainment world took notice, fast. Within days of Perry's safe return to Earth, whispers began to circulate through Hollywood and beyond. Pharrell Williams, known for his boundary-pushing creativity, reportedly reached out to SpaceX. Charlize Theron was said to be in quiet talks about a potential role in a space-based docuseries, one she'd anchor from orbit. And BTS fans nearly broke the internet when rumors emerged that a few members of the group were in preliminary discussions with a Korean aerospace startup about joining a future mission. The message was loud and clear. Katy Perry had done more than make history. She had opened a door that the rest of the entertainment world was now eagerly crowding toward. This flight wasn't just symbolic, it was strategic. Blue Origin had been steadily working toward reshaping the future of commercial spaceflight. But Perry's involvement offered something that tech specs and press releases never could: relatability. With one 10-minute journey, they transformed spaceflight into something that felt not only aspirational, but attainable. No longer were these missions dominated by the image of white male engineers in white rooms, running calculations behind cold control panels. Now, standing front and center were storytellers, artists, women, and people of color, voices that had long been sidelined in the narrative of exploration. Perry's presence made space human. She laughed, she floated, she gasped at the view, and she shared that wonder in a way that made even casual fans, people who'd never once cared about aerospace, suddenly captivated by it. Her voice, usually heard in chart-topping anthems, now echoed from the stars. The ripple effect touched two powerful industries at once: science and entertainment. NASA publicly congratulated her, acknowledging how her flight brought space into living rooms across the world. And in private boardrooms, other aerospace firms began exploring partnerships with cultural icons. SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and even smaller startups quietly began drafting new plans, not just for flights, but for entire experiences. Think live concerts from orbit. Think fashion shows at the edge of Earth's atmosphere. We were no longer just watching astronauts on grainy NASA footage from decades past. We were seeing familiar faces, hearing familiar voices, gazing out of spacecraft windows from new perspectives. And in that moment, the cosmos stopped feeling so distant. It started to feel just a little more reachable, just a little more ours. So was this all just for show? Not even close. Katy Perry didn't just sing about fireworks, guys. She touched them. She trained like an astronaut, flew with pioneers, and helped shatter a narrative that space is reserved for the elite or the highly technical. In her glittery, zero-gravity journey, she inspired millions, especially young girls, to imagine themselves in the stars. From pop concerts to pressurized cabins, she showed that fame can be a vehicle for change, and space can be a canvas for storytelling, not just science. What do you think? Is celebrity involvement in space exploration a bold leap forward, or just another headline grab? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're curious where you stand. And if this journey through pop culture and the cosmos inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more space meets celebrity content, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next launch into the unknown. Because the final frontier, it's not just for astronauts anymore.